our first comedian, who hails from New Jersey, Josh Guarino, standing up for spicy honey mustard. Our next guy, he hails from Florida. He's standing up for plain honey mustard, Dan Enfield.
Give us a shock.
Good luck, guys.
I believe I won the coin toss, so I will go first. Ladies and gentlemen, I know you look at me and you think, this man is clearly a success. And I am. I have played all over Lower Manhattan. Last night, in fact, I did a show in a living room in Astoria, Queens. That's right, you're right to applaud that. I've even played in Hoboken, New Jersey. I know what the fuck I'm talking about. In my career, I have made over $40 doing stand-up comedy. And now, while all of that money has been due to my opponent paying me to perform, I want you to look past that. We're here to decide a very important subject. You see, I enjoy chicken fingers immensely. But when I receive a platter of chicken fingers at a bar after a show, and I receive pure, disgusting, unspiced honey mustard, I want to throw up in the bathroom, run home and cry. It strikes me to my core. When you eat honey mustard, you want a little bit of spice. Because spice is the secret ingredient of life. And chicken fingers are a core element of life. I think we all can agree that. Who wants yellow ketchup with a delicious platter of chicken fingers? Not this guy. I was on the road once in Wisconsin, and a little boy with cancer came up to me. And he said, "Mr. Guarino, you have the most incredible set of comedy I've ever seen in my life, and I have seen Chris Rock 8,000 times in performance live. I was inspired by your set. Afterwards, I ordered a plate of chicken fingers at the bar, and they gave me, with those chicken fingers, some too sweet honey mustard. I immediately went into cardiac arrest and almost died at the bar. And I made a promise to that young boy with cancer. I said, you will never have to live in a world where you're only given sweet, saccharine honey mustard. I told him, in my America, everyone will have the choice, the true, God-given choice, to have a nice, hot, brown mustard mixed perfectly with honey, with which to dip their chicken into, with which to inspire them to lead noble lives, where they go on to become doctors, lawyers, not little boys with cancer. My opponent will have you believe that spicy honey mustard is too complicated. There's too many layers of flavor with spicy honey mustard. It gets in the way of enjoying your protein. To wit, I say this. Are you truly enjoying your protein? I say no. I once met a racist man from South Carolina. He was eating buffalo wings and was knee-deep in a very sweet honey mustard. He looked up to me, not in a way that he enjoyed my life and aspired to be me. He looked up to me from his plate of buffalo wings, his mouth adrip with French's mustard, crudely mixed with honey. And he said to me, I will never live in an America where a black man can get a job over a white man, and I will never live in an America where a spicy honey mustard reigns supreme. I punched that man in the face and defeated racism right then and there. And then I enjoyed myself some spicy honey mustard. I turn the floor over to Dan Enfield.
Hey, thank you very much. It's going to be a pretty hard... Josh was actually talking about me in that last... You guys, I'm 24 years old, all right? I grew up eating honey mustard, and actually, it wasn't until I moved to this shithole that we even had to have this debate about spicy versus sweet honey mustard. Honey mustard's always been sweet. Now I'm in New York, I get a sandwich, I get my fucking sinuses cleared out by this spicy-ass honey mustard. I'm so paranoid now, in line at delis, I have to ask the fucking guy behind the counter, hey, I want to make sure, this honey mustard, sweet or spicy? And everyone's looking at me like, who's this fucking wacko asking about the temperament of the honey mustard before he has it? You guys, 5 out of 5 pedophiles prefer spicy honey mustard to sweet honey mustard. Actually, I'm pretty sure 5 out of 6. Sarah Palin loves... No, I don't know. We got 2 wars raging overseas. We got Egypt falling apart, guys. But let's talk about what's important. The decay of our honey mustard. And there's no uniform... You know what it's like when you go to a deli, knowing your whole life you've been conditioned for sweet honey mustard, and then you have spicy honey mustard, and it ruins the sandwich. You know how frustrating that... You know what it's like? You know, when I was a kid, the first porno I ever saw was trannysurprise.com. Have you guys ever been to that one? Basically, for those, I don't want to give too much away, but for those that, it's a guy hooking up with what he thinks is a girl, goes down to, like, you know, finger bang the girl or whatever, and then there's like a dick there. That's exactly what biting into a sandwich with spicy honey mustard is like, if you've never had it before. We need to have uniform rules, okay? I'm a stickler. If the honey mustard's going to be spicy, it's got to be spicy from now on. We can't have all the bodegas on 168th and up giving out the spicy, and all the fucking delis around here giving out sweet. We need to have uniform rules, guys. That's all I'm asking for. Let's call spades spades, and diamonds diamonds, and honey mustards sweet. Let's call them all. That's all I got, I think, on that topic.
Round 2, fight!
Ladies and gentlemen, I know, upon looking at Dan Enfield, that you think he is a knowledgeable expert on the art of snacking. I am here to state to you that it is not the case. I am a man who knows his snack food. In fact, I have 7 different kinds of spicy honey mustard at home right now waiting for me to put on a number of things, including ice cream cake. That is how greatly I believe in the flavor-enhancing power of spicy honey mustard. And while he brought up 5 out of 5 pedophiles agreeing that spicy honey mustard is indeed superior, I will ask you this, Mr. Enfield. Do not pedophiles love children? And are not children America's future? And is not spicy honey mustard truly America's future? I ask you, why, on a chicken cutlet hero, would you want lettuce, tomato, onions, perhaps a nutty cheese, and then slather it with yellow whipped cream? Gross. You know who loved you know who loved sweet honey mustard? Hitler. Enfield talked about wiping out spicy honey mustard. He agrees with ethnic cleansing. And while the Himmler of condiments is on stage right now, leading a propaganda campaign against God's only preferred condiment, I will tell you this. I was in Roanoke, Virginia. I was at a mom and pop cafe where I ordered a platter of biscuits and gravy. Now the pop came up to me. He had made it himself, sweating and toiling to make me my biscuits and gravy. And he told me, you know, something that people don't know about our biscuits and gravy is that with a little spicy honey mustard, they reach a plateau of flavor that is very rarely achieved in human conditions. I put honey mustard on my biscuits and gravy, ladies and gentlemen. And that is why I stand on stage before you now. And while some of you know that I work in the spicy honey mustard industry, that's not part of this conversation. I was born on a cold winter's night in December. A newborn babe to an unwed mother with a hot dog in front of her with nothing on it And she had a choice that night. Do I slather my hot dog with plain, disgusting, unspiced honey mustard? Or do I slather on a strip of beautiful, spicy honey mustard? Ladies and gentlemen, she picked the right decision that day. She chose spicy honey mustard. I ask you to do the same. I return the floor to Dan Enfield.
Let's have a little English lesson, Parkside. Let's break it down. Honey mustard. When you think of honey, miss, what do you think?
Sweet.
Sweet! Thank you very much. Honey, sweet. Honey, yeah. Honey fucking oats. Honey bunches of oats. Love that cereal. Honey, like, oh, come here, honey, give me a kiss. A big, wet, sweet kiss. Not a spicy asshole kiss. A sweet, yeah, come on, mama kiss. Yeah, that, one of those. You can't be having condiments with honey in the title and have them smack you in the face and clear out your sinuses every time you bite into them. Honey mustard is the most vital element of the human race. That's our DNA. It's blood, sweat, tears, and honey mustard, guys. That's what we're made up of. And I like to think that all humans are a little bit sweet on the inside. Not spicy, but maybe I'm an optimist. Maybe we've exhausted this topic a little bit. So you gotta ask yourself, what am I? Am I an optimist? Am I a believer? Or am I a fucking asshole that likes spicy honey mustard? That's all I have, guys. That's all I got.
Closing argument, starting off with spicy honey mustard.
It doesn't matter. I speak the truth, and the truth does not need to be amplified. It was 10 years ago today. I picked up a prostitute named Honey at a bar just outside of Detroit. It was a night of intense passion. But there was a little bit of spice in the way she handled my Johnson. And it was then and only then that I realized, what is honey without a little bit of spice? And just a slight bit of gonorrhea. Thank you very much.
I picked up the same prostitute that night, and while I was slathering my favorite condiment all over her body, she said, "Boy, you can lick all this off me. Just please don't let it be spicy honey mustard." And it wasn't. It's a 50-50 gamble every time now, because you never know what you're gonna get with these fucking assholes. And nothing is sweeter than licking sweet honey mustard off of a sweet hooker's tits. In Detroit, Michigan. Nothing sweeter than Michael Shockey, everybody. Michael Shockey.
All right, guys. Here comes that moment. All right. All for Dan and sweet honey mustard. And all for Josh and spicy honey mustard. And I think Spice has spoken.